well. Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, Draft Guru. Good evening, Charlene. Uh, just, pretty much it was a calm day. Wrapping up day 3 of the combine. A lot of guys didn't run. A lot of guys ran fast. But football speed and track speed, two completely different things. It's ironic. A lot of my day 3 guys ran better than day 1 and day 2 guys. But I'm keeping that quiet for now. Yesterday, like I said, this is the new world we live in, man. It just seems like, the best players are sitting out. They're playing later into the season. They're not 100%. And they want to wait for their pro day. And those 40s are not accurate. I'm just being completely honest with you. That's a bunch of dudes just sitting at the corner going like this versus the laser at the combine. Not Cowboys news, but 49ers just traded Deebo Samuel to the Redskins for a 5th rounder. I know. Jerry probably would have played. Jerry would if Jerry would have made that trade, Jerry Jones would have traded a 2nd rounder. It's a joke. Once again, I'm gonna say Giants are gonna get a quarterback, either through free agency or the draft. They have Tyrone Tracy. He's a good running back, but they're gonna get another running back, and they're gonna throw some picks at offensive line. So the Redskins this season, and I've been saying it for months. Dallas is going to be the worst team in the NFC East, but they want to pay Osa like $21 million plus. I was thinking in my head, in the last 30 years, 30 years, the only defensive tackles that Dallas has paid was one, a free agent, Leroy Glover, who was legit. He was here when Parcells was here. And then after that, the only D tackles we ever paid was Tyrone Crawford, who was a straight up bum. My favorite video of him is him getting knocked the fuck out by a bouncer outside a nightclub. You can go look it up. It's on YouTube. How Tyrone Crawford got $60 million, man. Yo, that's why all these kids want to get drafted by Dallas, because they're all going to get overpaid. Osa, 21, just saying between 21 to 23 million for Osa. I wouldn't pay 5. I wouldn't pay $1 million for him. I wouldn't. Because think about it, man. Let's just look logical. This is a channel for all 32 NFL teams. But now, Osa has had, boom, 2 defensive coordinators already. Still can't stop the run. Still wears down. And now Osa is going to have his 3rd defensive coordinator. And this draft is loaded with defensive tackles. It just doesn't make sense. But nothing Jerry does makes sense. And, all the Cowboy fans are going to be like, yeah, we got Osa. That's why this is a draft channel. Ironically, I'm finally seeing some posts on the Twitter machine, whatever you want to call it, where a few people were saying, with all this talent at running back, why would you pick Austin Gentry at 12? Wow. I've been saying that since September, October. Common sense isn't common. The combine is for people that don't watch football. It doesn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Michael Irvin ran a 4.7. Jerry Rice ran a 4.7. How many dudes every single year run a 4.2? And they've added a league in 3 years. It's very, very, very overrated. Uh, even running backs, bro. There's football speed and there's track speed, man. So, but a lot of running backs ran good today, and also a shitload of running backs didn't even run at all. A shitload of wide receivers didn't even run. They're all waiting to the pro day where usually the college service, the surfaces of the turf they run on is considered faster than in Indianapolis. Listen, like I said, the more I do this, combine is just, I've said it all year. I look at the combine, I try to find the medical out for people. That's it. I've never had one combine workout ever change a grade for me. Perfect example is maybe about 5, 6 years ago. Oklahoma had a left tackle, Orlando Brown Jr. His dad played for the Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. They called him Zeus, but his name was Orlando Brown. Big dude, big dude. But Orlando Brown Jr. was like 6'8", 330, went to the combine and had the worst workout ever in combine history for an offensive lineman. He ran the 40 and like 6'2". Let me ask you an honest question. Do you really care what your offensive tackle runs in a 40-yard dash? He benched 225 12 times. My best ever was probably like 1920. You got to realize, though, Orlando Brown, bro, he has crazy arms, crazy arm length. And as an offensive lineman, if you have to bench press your defensive lineman off of you, you lost. You lost that rep because you allowed him to get to the body. So it's just it's bullshit. A lot of my day 3 wide receivers ran some fast times today. I ain't gonna say who. It'll be in my rankings. A lot of people playing catch up, man. How many running backs have I said over the last 6, 7 months blew up today that nobody even spoke about? Bashard Smith, SMU, how did he run? RJ Harvey, UCF, how did he run? Woody Marks, USC, crazy coming out of the backfield catching balls. LaQuint Allen, Syracuse. He didn't run, but he did some other uh, drills. So, like I said, man, my day 3 guys are better than 90% of people's day 1 guys. Day 1's a joke. It's a below average class. It is. It's a below average draft class. It is what it is. Like I've said it, and if you've watched the combine, you've heard these guys tell you what I've told you for the last 11 months. Running back, tight end, defensive tackle, defensive edge. I'll even throw safety, man. It's a good safety class. I like my day 3 wide receivers. I'm sorry. I know I can find some 6'1" speedsters that run in the 4.3s. That'll be in my rankings. But It is what it is. Tomorrow's the end. Tomorrow's the offensive line. It's a very, very, very subpar offensive line class. That does not mean you cannot find talent, because I can find talent anywhere. And it's like I'm just laughing my ass off, man, because I'm watching the combine today, and I see like all these, Bucky Brooks, Trevor Mario, all these blowjobs, and I see their top fives at every position, and then I see when they get to offensive tackle and guards, it's like my number one tackle is gonna. My number one offensive tackle, they're gonna have rated like number 6, 7 guard. What do I care? I watch somebody, I give them the grades. I give them the grades that I like. Who says they're like the aficionado? Who says that they know what they're talking about? Just because they got a suit on and they knew somebody, that don't fly in my book, bro. You can look at my grades from last year's draft. And this year, you can look at my grades from this year. It'll be 30 players at each position. Most people give you 5. Let's be honest, man. Helen Keller can give you 10 at each position. And you're a big draft guy. And it's ironic on the YouTube and the Twitter machine, all the guys playing catch up. Now, all the computer draft people have come out. Where you been the last 11 months? Where you been? Like I said, for the call-in shows, you want to F with them? Ask them who they like for 2026. Snake oil salesman. Snake oil, man. Listen, I can still find talent tomorrow. I know I can. Even if it's a below average class, I know I can. But you also have to realize that guys like me, we only can go off what we see. Once that person gets to the organization, it's very easy for that organization to ruin that kid. And it happens every single year. So a kid might go to an organization, get ruined, and then you're going to look like, look at Sam Donald, the year he had in Minnesota. I think it was the Jets or the 49ers had him taking reps at defensive tackle. Just shows you, man. Just because guys make millions and millions of dollars doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. It doesn't. It doesn't. How many guys switch teams, blow up? How ironic. Connor McGovern, a Dallas third round draft pick out of Penn State, who played center and guard in Happy Valley, Penn State. He tore his pec his first year benching. So we got 3 years out of him. And it's ironic. He couldn't snap the ball for shit in Texas. But I guess the air must be different in Buffalo, because Buffalo threw like a $42 million deal on him. And he's had no problem snapping, playing center in Buffalo for like 2 years. It just shows you. Now, unfortunately, I'm a Dallas fan. They want to pay Osa 21, 23. I want to pay him $1. But then also, too, think about this. These guys, and this goes for everyone, these guys are their third defensive coordinator in 3 years. And honestly, I don't see this coaching staff sticking around along. It's like they walked into a homeless shelter and was like, "Yeah, you want to go? Yeah, go on. You." And that's not making fun of anybody for being homeless. It truly isn't. But this class they put together, the only person I have a little bit of hope for is the offensive line coach out of Kansas State. because the last 2 years he produced Cooper Beebe and Steve Avila, who plays for the Rams. But tomorrow, like I said, is the last day. Tackles, guards, and centers. I'll still find you talent. Uh, then after that, it's pro days. I'll be doing a short breakdown tomorrow night when it's over. Uh, then this week, we'll start doing mocks, all 32 team mock drafts. Free agency's coming up March the 10th, I believe. But when you're a Dallas fan, there is no free agency. The Joneses go on their yacht. It should fucking sink. To be honest with you, I'm sorry. I say like I said it. Jerry the Mummy actually made an appearance today at the combine. It's kind of comical. Like, do you really think he knew what he was looking at? Do you think he's seen any one of these kids play in college? Nah, bro. It's just a joke. I'm telling you, when he croaks, they're gonna freeze him like Walt Disney and put him in Texas Stadium, AT&T, whatever you want to call it, just so you can pay that. $2, see Jerry, and you can see him in his casket. Oh, he's probably getting himself cloned, bro. I say like it is, man. 30 years and nothing, man, and it's just a joke. San Fran traded Debo for a fifth round pick to the Redskins. Dallas would have probably paid a second round pick. Giants are going to get a quarterback and a running back and some linemen. And real quick, maybe the fan base is going to wake up when Dallas is the worst team in the NFC East. I'm just going to sit back and laugh. And I'm going to say, I told you so. Because we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, for life, over and out. Thank you, Charlene, for jumping in the chat.